All right, guys, welcome out. Well, today we are going to be doing the second day of grain harvest or wheat harvest, whatever you want to call it. But I just thought I would start off by showing you this field. So this field behind me is one of our hay fields. This is a field that we decided we wanted to bale this year instead of silaging it and putting it in bags. But we have a problem. So over here, this has all been raked. So we cut it, we raked it, but the problem is it's been really hot, but it hasn't been windy. There's been no wind. So even though the hay looks nice and yellow and crunchy, or looks like it's ready to bale, underneath it's wet. And we've already raked it once, but it's just still wet. It's too wet to bale. So we borrowed a machine. So you see these rows back here, how they look like that. If I scroll this way, those ones look a little bit bigger. So we borrowed what's called a fluffer. And it goes and it just picks up the hay and it just fluffs it up into a big pile, aerates it. So by doing that, any little breeze and stuff can blow through and it'll help dry it out. So let me show you what these rows look like and then I'll go show you the fluffer. So this is one of the rows, and like, it's pretty crunchy on top, but underneath, like down in here, it's still pretty green, still has some moisture in it. So that's the problem. And the fluffer, it just takes that pile and just churns it up a little bit. You can see this is a much bigger row, because like this is the same row, he just fluffed it with the fluffer, and there he is with that. But it just fluffs it up, makes it all light, and makes it so that the wind can blow through. So let's go take a look at the fluffer real quick. So this is the fluffer. Just has some tines and it spins. Picks it up and fluffs it. So this is what it looks like. It's just got tines on big X's. 4 sets of tines, and it just spins around, picks the hay up and just fluffs it up. Pretty simple little machines, hydraulically driven. Nothing too complicated about it. It is kind of interesting how it works though. Well, Trevor's gonna take off and keep going. He's probably got about 4 or 5 hours left of this. And I'm gonna go hop in the grain cart and we're gonna start cutting grain. Brought the combine back last night. The header's over there, and then I just brought the cart back this morning. I didn't want to drive the cart back last night because I don't have flashing lights on the back and it was kind of dark. So we got this all serviced up because there was some dew this morning and we couldn't cut right at 8 o'clock, so we had to wait for the dew to get off. So we opened all these up, serviced it, greased it, oiled everything, and now we're about to head out to the field and we'll get going here in a minute. And we just got out to the field, hooking the header up. Luckily, it doesn't take very long to hook up and unhook and whatnot. Our old combine, we were able to just leave the header on, so luckily this one doesn't take very long. But yeah, getting hooked up, we're gonna get going. This field I think is a little over 100 acres, so we should be able to finish this whole field today and probably get on to the next one. But we'll get going here. All right, well, we've just about got this field opened up. You can see right here, there's a line of pipe. So we've gone across the whole field, we've gone next to all the pipe, and we did the ends, and we're just about done. I think this is the last line of pipe we have to go, and then we can just go back and forth and get cruising. But he's going almost 5 miles an hour cutting. He's cruising. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, we're just getting this opened up. All of our pipe movers, they'll come out and they'll move the pipe out of the way, so when we get over here to where the pipe are, we can just keep going. We don't have to wait. So we're gonna keep on rolling, see how much we can get done today. Well, we have some help out here getting some couple things adjusted, make sure everything's running correctly. But so far so good. It's been running, we've been going about 5 miles an hour. So just fixing a few things. Obviously it's a brand new machine, so every time you get something new, there's a few little quirks you have to work out. So that's what we're doing. So what we've been trying to do is these belts are running just a little bit off center. And so there's a bunch of shims. There's some shims right here. We loosened up and moved them out so we could get the belt a little bit tighter on the back side to hopefully push the belt forward. Because it was rubbing harder on the back and there was a gap on the front. So that's what we're attempting to do. Okay, well, we think we got it all. We adjusted some stuff. There was a whole bunch of grease zerks in here and under here that we didn't even know were there. So we found a bunch of grease zerks and greased them. And we're still finding new spots that we have to grease. So, a new machine, we're learning how to run it. So they're gonna go do another round and see if they got all the settings fixed and set up so it'll run better. Because I know one thing is this wasn't dropping very fast. So he'd turn around at the end and he'd hit to go down and it wouldn't go down all the way. And he was just trimming the heads off versus going down and cutting all the straw. So they're gonna, I guess there's a setting where you can choose how fast that goes up and down. So they're gonna adjust a few things and make a few more rounds and hopefully we can get this thing even more dialed in. I mean, going 5 miles an hour is already pretty awesome. I'm gonna get back in my tractor. Pulling the grain cart, we have our 8370 RT. This tractor, it doesn't do a whole lot. So it runs the harvester and potato harvest, but because it's spaced wide and it's tracks, we don't do very much with this tractor. But one thing we can do is we can pull the grain cart. So that's what this tractor does during grain season. So we're stopped right now. We broke a knife. The reason we were breaking this knife is because these are guards, right? So this one, the guard was broken. Well, down at Agri-Service, they don't have a guard. So they had one in their store a few hours away. So they're getting some guards, but they didn't have any. So we've been breaking this knife because they don't have any guards on it to protect the knife. So we have a new, sorry about the wind, we have a new knife, but the bolt broke off in the hole. The bolt broke off in the hole, so we are trying to get the bolts out so that we can get a new knife in. Kind of being a pain. Well, the drill pushed it through the bottom, so I was able to grab the bottom of it and try and thread it through the bottom. The bottom of this, there's two plates there, and the bottom one is threaded. So the nuts, the bolts just thread right into them. So just trying to get the bolt out, and then we'll put the new knife on. Hopefully they can get us the guards pretty soon.
I guess he'll only do that. That's fine.
Okay, well, we got that knife put back on. We are still missing the guard, so it'll cut, it just won't cut as well. Once you get the guard on, then it cuts a lot better because the guard holds the grain in place as it cuts it off. But still doing a pretty good job. Well, now we're cutting the other way. We were moving that direction, now we're moving this way. So he's got a heaping load because he cut all the way down and cut back, but I can't unload him on this side. So he'll barely make it to the end. Then he has to turn around so I can unload him. But he's cruising. Thing cuts so fast. Alright, well, our guys just came out. They're moving the pipe out of the way so we can cut that spot. Thanks for getting those out of the way. We'll get over there and get a cut. Alright guys, well, that's going to be the end of day 2 of grain harvest. Make sure to join in tomorrow because I'll be announcing a giveaway that we're going to be doing. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.